Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Ed Fernandez Show. This is going to be a really cool episode because I got this joker over here.
Do I have to yell like that?
He's a good friend. We have Josh. God, what's your last name? Esfahani.
There's no T in it. You always say this.
Well, Josh from Boden, AutoHaus. Josh, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Everybody give him a round of applause. So, the show is about cars, right?
Mm-hmm. That's how we met.
Because I tell the story of how I, got my, 488 and it had the B on the exhaust, and that's how I met you. So, we're kind of going to wing it. I don't have a script. We don't have nothing.
I didn't even know I was doing this.
We didn't even know we were going to do this, right? You just showed up and, hey, let's go shoot real quick. But let's talk about cars. You've been doing it for a long time now, right? You started
Just about 10 years.
Cheers.
Sorry. Salud.
Salud.
Yeah, this coming year is going to be 10 years, so we're going to have a big old reunion show in 2024.
So what does Boden mean?
The word Boden actually is German for ground. So when we first started back in 2014, we were putting air suspension on cars, just slamming them, like just totally ruining it. But our goal was to, do it properly. Do it on cars that people weren't doing it on and just making them look really cool but still function. So we were able to capitalize on that doing on cars like, we started doing like Evos and STIs and M5s and Volkswagens. And then it progressed to Audi R8s, to Huracans, to 488s. So then from there, that's kind of how we got into the exotic game.
So how did you come up with that logo?
So it's
you remember?
It's supposed to represent airbags. So it's these two bags like this.
Okay.
And I didn't know that I was going to do airbags forever. So I wanted to make sure that it could turn into something else. So right now it could be a B essentially.
But
it started off they're two airbags from air suspension.
And so it's a very unique logo, is it not?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody knows you by that logo, do they not?
They think Boden's my last name, which is fine. Like it's easier than Esfahani or Stephanie,
Josh
whatever.
Boden. I like that. It's like James Bond.
Exactly.
So we're having a little sip of some stuff here. What? So let's talk about how we met.
All right, let's hear your version first.
Okay, so here's my version, right? I think we talk about that a little bit in another show. So I buy this 488 from Newport Beach Ferrari,
It's your first Ferrari, right?
This is my second because I had the California and I got passed by a 488 and said, "I'll throw that away.
First mistake.
First mistake. Didn't know what I was doing, right?
Yeah. What color were they?
It was red. It was a red California with tan interior that I gave away. And then I went to Newport Beach Ferrari and got the yellow 488 with some wheels on it, Vossens, I think. Mm-hmm. And then it had a Boden exhaust. Mm-hmm. I didn't know what Boden was. So I go to my former watch guy and I'm backing up. And this car is loud, like ridiculous loud, like too loud. Mm-hmm. I go to my watch guy, and my watch guy says, "Hey, that's Boden." I go, "Who the hell is Boden?" So I go to Boden, and
I wasn't there.
You weren't there. You were in Germany or something.
Yeah, I was in Austria.
You were in Austria. But at some point, we met. Mm-hmm. That's how I remember meeting you, but really didn't become friends for a little while. What's your version?
I remember I was out of town. I remember you came to the shop, and I think there was an issue with the turbos. Right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, one of the turbos blew.
Yeah. So initially you came because of that. We fixed that, and then you wanted to change up the exhaust to our new version of it. Was titanium X pipe, so it sounded a lot better. And then it kind of snowballed from there. And then once I felt comfortable knowing that you're a cool guy, you're not just like some schmuck, I was like, all right, we got to have a conversation. Right?
Yeah. You know what? So my first 488 was pre-owned.
Yeah. So we changed it all. Yellow Ferrari, yellow California. I'm already like, dude, this guy needs help. He's got Jesus, but he needs help. So
it wasn't always edified.
It wasn't. No, edified wasn't a thing. I had to mold you.
How long did it take? How much money did it cost? A lot.
No, we're not talking about that part. We're just talking about, I mean, everything changed. So yellow Ferrari, yellow California, it's already 2 red flags, right? So we changed the wheels, we changed the wrap, we made it all branded, right, to extends.
X5.
Yeah, which was great.
X5.
And then from there, you just kept buying cars.
Yeah.
Like every other month, yo, I got this car. Yo, I got this car, what should I do? I'm like, dude, you already bought the car. Like, I'm supposed to give you advice before you buy the car so you get the right one. And then you started speccing cars where you do it yourself.
Yeah.
Then I started saying, all right, do this color, this, that. And then boom, everyone's a banger. You're like, all right, I don't want to be like everyone else out there. Let's do this, kid. Let's do that. Let's do this. All right, cool. How much is it? Oh, hell no. I got to ask my wife.
Yep.
I got to make sure she approves.
Yep, because I ain't playing shit.
And then we got to strategize. All right, what kind of purse do we got to get her?
Yeah. So what made you love cars? How long have you been loving cars?
Oh, man. I mean, my first word, I was born in Germany.
Okay.
And then my first word was auto. So instead of anything else, the first thing that came out of my mouth was auto. And I remember
before mom and dad? Mm-hmm. Wow.
I remember I was able to tell cars by their taillights before I could read. So they would be driving and I would be able to say, oh, that's a Mercedes. Oh, that's a BMW. This is that. And then from there, it just snowballed. I mean, my dad was always in the automotive industry. He had a body shop, car sales, audio equipment, everything you can think of. And I was just fascinated with vehicles. I always had the little toy cars. I was always racing them and Legos, doing the whole tracks, all that stuff. So since day one, I've been just a car guy.
How did you start the company? What made you, what did you see? Obviously you saw something. What did you see that was missing in the space that you thought you wanted to fill?
I mean, so I was working at a restaurant and all the tip money I made would go into this little Audi I was building. So everything I would buy would go on, forums, go on Craigslist, trying to make this thing unique. That hobby turned into a passion, right? And I'm like, all right, how can I make money with this? So after the restaurant, I went to a tuning shop. They kind of did the thing, and I worked my way up, and it was all good. But, the owners were always stressed out. I was like, these guys aren't making money. They're just yelling at everyone. They're stressed. Like, no one's happy here.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, whatever. So I went to another shop that was kind of a startup, and they were just doing air suspension. And it was a new thing at the time. Well, not new to newer cars.
Yeah.
And, as that was growing.
How old were you?
21 or 22.
Okay, young.
And I was making $15 an hour pre-tax.
Okay.
So not much. And then as I was growing, I had a customer that was like, hey, I believe in you. Why don't you just, do your own thing? It's like, I really don't want to. There's no money in this industry. I see people, I see the stress. I see the vendors, how horrible they are to deal with. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you've experienced it
with
us. Like, hey, these parts were told 4 to 6 weeks. It's been 4 to 8 months.
Yeah.
So
puts everything behind.
I didn't want to deal with that. But I was 22. I'm like, all right, what am I going to do? I'm going to continue working at restaurants. And that's pretty much my only skill, was working at restaurants and sales. And then, I just moved to SoCal, wrote a plan, and then,
And when did you start?
2020 or
2013?
13.
2013. Yeah. And how has it been?
It's been a roller coaster.
Really?
Roller coaster of emotions. I mean, you've seen it all.
Yeah.
You've seen the ups, you've seen the downs. I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything else. I've met some fantastic people. All my closest friends I've pretty much met through the shop.
Okay.
Pretty much family. I mean,
and so, sorry for interrupting, but I'm sure you've met some really unique people, right?
Yeah.
And I remember one time, and I'm going to bring up this story, how we became friends, right? Because you were a jerk.
I was a jerk.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
man.
I remember.
Are you talking about our breakup?
No, I'm talking about when Ruth picked up the rolls.
That's our breakup. Well, that was our breakup.
Oh, yeah.
Hi.
Hey, is Ruth sitting right there?
Go ahead, yeah.
So I tell Ruth to go pick up the ghost, and she goes, picks it up, and she calls me. And she says, hey, I'm here. No one's paying attention to me, yada, yada. At that time, you had Keenan there from HRE was working for you. And I was like, hey, Keenan, I went there, shot the messenger, right? And then we had dinner.
Well, hold on. You're missing the details.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm getting my hair cut. I got a straight razor to my dome and my neck. She walks in. She says hi, and I.
You mean you had your barber come into your shop? Oh, that's so rich. That's so rich.
Oh, really?
That's so rich.
Really? Where does your barber go?
Yeah, it comes to the office.
Exactly. Up a flight of 10 to your golden chair with your beautiful view. Okay? I'm in a car shop.
You're so rich, Josh.
Shut up. Anyway, so I'm getting a blade to my neck. She comes in, she says hi, and I'm not.
You ignore her.
Well, I'm not gonna go like, but I kind of, I didn't ignore her, but I didn't welcome her, and she got rubbed the wrong way, which is understandable because we had a good relationship. Mm-hmm. But she was ready to cut my throat.
Yeah,
like straight up.
We went to dinner,
and I had no idea. And then Keenan's like, "Yo, Ed's pissed." I'm like, "What? Why?" He goes, and he's like, "You got to talk to him." I'm like, dude, like I gotta figure this out. So we went to dinner
and figured it out.
Yeah, and I think that's when we got really.
Yeah, we kind of got close because I think one of the things that kind of tripped me out is you're like, I deal with all these guys and they have 2 cell phones and they got a girlfriend and they just spend money. They don't.
You gotta hide stuff from their wife.
Yeah, they hide.
One time, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I've had people come up to me like, I have to make fake invoices. They have to put cash hidden in a fridge or something at the shop. So the
really?
Oh, dude, it's trash. It's funny. Either way, we're getting paid. But however I got to be creative, it's fine.
Right.
But it's always I gotta get I gotta figure out a way around my wife, hiding it from my wife, hiding it from this and that.
Wow.
For you,
what is it like with us?
It's a little difficult because here I am writing it up. Everything's cool. You're very impulsive.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm down.
Yeah.
And then I hear 5 minutes, Ruth's gonna kill me.
Yep.
We gotta talk to Ruth. So we strategize.
Yeah.
Let's go to dinner.
Yeah.
Let's figure out.
Yeah, I figured it out.
What kind of person do you like?
But the thing is that I don't have 2 cell phones, right?
No.
I don't have a girlfriend, right?
No.
I don't hide money, right?
No.
It's like Ruth and I are like this, right?
Yeah.
It's like
she's like this. Let's be real. Let's be real. Let's be real. Try it. You're not up there yet. Oh, you're not that rich.
All right. I'll give that. Oh, Jesus. Oops, my bad.
I'm not the only one that thinks it either. Ask the internet.
Yeah, so we've become pretty good friends, right? You're like a little brother to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we love you so much. So what is Boden doing today? You got this huge following. It looks like it's worldwide. I don't do social media, so I don't really get to see all that stuff. But it looks like, you guys have just blown up like crazy.
Yeah, since the beginning, we were really strategic with who we worked with.
Okay.
So one of the things that I was focusing on when we first started was, who do we partner with that will help the brand get elevated? And we were, one tire brand, one wheel brand, or, 1 or 3 wheel brands, a suspension brand. We were very selective with who we worked with versus other shops that just sell whatever people want.
Sure.
So with those partnerships and the loyalty that we got from each of those vendors, they were able to help us grow and send us leads and send us builds and do everything with them. And that got our name really big, really quickly.
Okay.
And that was right off the bat. So we really...
off the bat?
Yeah, right off the bat. So we haven't slowed down since.
So are you at liberty to talk about these vendors a little bit?
Yeah,
like HRE.
Well, HRE was maybe the past 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
I believe they're definitely at the top of their game.
Okay.
You've been to their facility.
Yeah.
They're just the way the company is ran, the way the product is made. I think it's just top notch.
Who else do you work with? I know you just came back from Europe.
Yeah.
Right, and you were at the Porsche thing. You were at Tech Art.
Yeah, Brabus. It was really cool to see how they work out there. It's so different than the States.
Really?
They're so meticulous. Everyone is just. It's like just I don't know how to explain it. It's really nice to see.
So some of these brands is the reason for you to go travel and see these people is to kind of just tighten up that relationship.
Well, not only that, but just to see the culture.
Okay.
Because what we have in America that they don't have is marketing and presence and activity, like with the car shows, the rallies, the track days, all this stuff. You go to Germany and it's not as crazy. Like there's definitely culture, but it's the builds are all the quality is out of control. The regulations are far different. They can't do a lot of the things that we can do.
Sure.
But it's nice to see what we are good at and what they're good at, and then for me to put them together would be just unstoppable.
So are you more like an artiste?
Why do you say it like that?
Well, I'm just saying it's like, because I'll buy a car and you know, like I just canceled the GT3 RS, right? Because
when mine comes, you're going to be like, I got to have
I know God's timing is off, but I'm not going to, you know, not be on God's timing. But like you spec'd it, right? If someone, you know, let's go exotic car 101. What is the first thing that you should not do when you buy an exotic car, in your opinion?
When you buy it, or when you spec it, or
when you spec it? When you spec it,
what should you not do?
Yeah, like I see these like weird colors and matching weird wheels. Now I kind of got the eye. Before I didn't have the eye.
You didn't have crap.
I didn't have jack. I didn't know what the heck I'm doing.
Yellow Ferrari. You were wearing a Ferrari hat. you had an AP brick.
Oh my God.
And it really took a lot.
Made me look like an old man.
It took a lot to convince you. And what really set, I remember just verbatim, we went to a Ferrari event. And
my God, I remember.
And I was like, look at the people around you, right? They're between, 50 and 70 years old.
Yeah.
Ferrari, head to toe, AP brick. And then from that day on, brick is gone. All the Ferrari hats in the fire.
I got rid of all that Ferrari stuff.
Yeah.
I don't wear no Ferrari shoes. I'm not wearing the hat.
And now you see it.
I look and I'm like, damn, they look like an old man.
That's what you look like.
Thank you, Josh.
I can't roll with this. I can't roll with this.
Man, thank you for looking out, because I don't want to look old.
Nah, just wear a tracksuit and just chill. That's it.
So if I'm speccing a car, you got the eye, right?
That's honestly a lot of the people, they come to us for our taste. We're very tasteful with what we do.
Okay.
We don't overdo it. We don't just throw a bunch of parts and colors together and make it look Mickey Mouse.
Okay.
So we're very tasteful, and that's why, your cars come out so elegant. But people are like, why does it look like that? Like your N Largo.
Yeah.
It's so wide, it's so crazy, but people don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Why does it look like that? It looks like it came out of the factory.
Yeah.
But it's just done right.
Yeah.
So that's why they come to us.
So I think that's why you separates you from everyone else out there.
I think the style and the execution is really what sets us apart, for sure.
And so what kind of cars you work on now today? You started with Volkswagens and BMWs and all this other stuff, where these other guys are still doing that kind of stuff. What do you guys work on now?
Day to day, we're doing a lot of, Rolls-Royce, Ferrari, Bentley, Porsche. But, we have our Halo projects that we do also often, Paganis, Koenigsegg's, hypercars like LaFerrari, Carrera GTs. And that's also what separates us from a lot of the other people out there.
Sure.
They trust us with these vehicles, and a lot of the purists, the guys that think the cars shouldn't be touched, we're doing exactly what we shouldn't be doing. But we're doing it in a way that it's not cheesy. We're changing the suspension to make it drive better. We're changing the wheels to make it feel better. So we're taking our taste on something that's already perfected.
Sure.
And that's what people are just like, wow, like how could they make something perfecter?
So that means that you got these billionaires, obviously guys that own these Koenigseggs and things like that, right? These are billionaires that are entrusting you with their cars.
Their babies.
Yeah. How long did it take to get there? What did you do to kind of deserve that trust?
It's just it took one guy, one gentleman, good friend of mine still to this day. He trusted us with his Koenigsegg. We built him a custom exhaust for it, and that completely put us on the map. That car was 10 years old. The car's built obviously like nothing else, but the technology back then is different than today, and the homologations are restrictive. So when they're trying to make the car legal for the U.S., they have to have noise restrictions and flow restrictions. So when we change that, the car amplifies the motor, which in turn gives you a tone that it should have came with. So everyone's stoked. Like, wow, I got this car sounding like a machine now. So he told all his friends.
Got it.
All his friends told all his friends around the world.
Okay.
So now we're doing that. And then from there, we can do anything.
Okay. So if...
I need more drink.
There it is.
I need more
We
drink.
haven't even eaten lunch yet, so I'm kind of feeling it. So I'm going a little slow.
Shut up, dude.
I'm going slow, bro. I'm not. We're not this guy. He's on my show.
Okay, yeah, you should see yourself in Mexico.
Yeah, that ain't had Thursday yet. It's like tequila's getting this guy.
You should see the way this guy dances too.
This guy can't even dance. Jesus,
so, I could watch you dance.
So you're Boden. Everybody knows you as Boden. You never answered my question. If I was to buy a car, what are the things that I should not be doing?
When you spec a car, obviously, you know, you want to have kind of a theme, right? So the most important thing to start with is like what, you know, the paint job.
Yeah.
So you got to find a color you love, which is so hard. I mean, there's billions, I don't know billions, but millions of colors to choose from. And then you choose the base color. You got to make sure the brakes go with it, the wheels go with it, the interior goes with it. And then you got to also think, all right, what I can't do at the factory, what am I going to do at Boden?
Yeah.
So that I don't want to get the expensive exhaust because I know I'm going to change it. I don't want to get the expensive wheels because I know I'm going to change it.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure you spec it like you're playing chess.
Yeah.
Right? You know, you did the mistake before where you ordered a car and then we ended up changing parts on it that were...
Yeah, it was horrible. So now I know, like when I spec a car, you know, I'm not putting all the carbon all over the place because I know I'm going to do Novatec or something like that.
Exactly.
Definitely not buying the best carbon wheels that a Ferrari or somebody can get because I'm changing it to an HRE type stuff. So so I get it. But when I first started, from where I started and where I am today,
I'm so proud.
What's my grade?
I'm so proud. I mean,
I was an F. Where am I at today?
F doesn't even begin. No, you weren't bad. I mean, you're A plus. I mean, the cars that you're doing now are top notch. The style is great.
They're sick. They're thanks to you, man.
Yeah, I mean, we're kitting every car. We're putting wheels in exhaust. We're doing it the right way, and it's all the best brands. And you're really doing it like your STO. I mean, what did we do? We changed the color. We did a supercharger, carbon wheels, suspension. I mean, the thing is out of control.
It's just
sound system.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
exhaust.
It's a beast.
It's just a sick car.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Josh, the person.
Wow.
Are you married?
No. Are you pitching this again? Is this,
whoop, whoop. Hey, boy, we're good. We're good. It's my land shark down here. We're good.
Is he good?
Yeah, he's good. He thinks somebody's
excited?
Yeah. So are you single?
Yeah. Are you guys really stinking stupid? What is this stinking crap?
So,
dude? Was
hey,
this part of the whole setup?
So
all right, let's get Josh here on the podcast.
Let's get Josh on the podcast so we can get him hooked up. Wow. You know, are you open?
Listen, dude, we're talking about cars.
Hey, but now it's talking about Josh.
You're buzzed.
No, yeah, a little bit. I haven't eaten anything, and it's like, what time is it? It's stinking 1 o'clock, and I'm drinking tequila. Jeez, it works. It actually works.
It's not even set.
It is set. Silly. 1 o'clock, right there. Bam.
3:50.
That's the time you go home.
Yeah.
So are you single?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when is that going to change?
Not in a rush.
You're not in a rush?
Comes, yeah.
So you date Rambo?
I date Rambo.
Who's Rambo?
Rambo's my dog. You gotta cut this guy off, dude. He needs some milk. Salud.
Bam. Dude, let's go.
Like not even one drink.
I'm a lightweight, man.
You're not light.
Yeah, I am a lightweight. You
are not light. You are a thick boy.
So, you know what? I don't know, man. We're just figuring this thing out. We have no script, no nothing. You showed up.
We're talking about cars.
We're talking about cars.
We don't need to talk about my love life.
What's the future for Boden?
I mean, it's right now we're investing heavily into more equipment and more people.
Okay.
You know, the brand itself is very strong. When we went to Europe, it was really, really nice to see how many people knew Boden, and
that's pretty cool.
How many people were a fan of what we do. Like it was a great icebreaker when I introduced myself. Like Boden, like, oh, Boden.
Oh,
yeah, it was really nice to see. So we have global recognition. So I want to capitalize on that, monetize it, and I'm just, you know, all the marketing has been mostly just me.
Yeah,
I hire freelance photographers, which has been great, but all the most social media, everything's word of mouth. You know, we really gotta put effort into actually marketing the brand.
Sure,
because it has so much potential
and protecting it.
Yeah,
right?
and protecting it.
Yeah, and protecting that brand.
You know, there
are copycats.
There's copycats.
Right, we're not going to name any names. Right.
Yeah.
We want to stay on the DL here.
Yeah, yeah.
But there are copycats.
Yeah, and that's fine. It's part of the game.
It's not fine.
It's part of the game.
But it's not fine.
If you're doing it right and people are profiting off of what you've created, obviously you're doing it right.
Yeah, but do your own thing.
Can't stop them. There's gonna be people all the time. So if you sell value, then you'll always be on top. If you sell price, doesn't matter. Like someone's always going to undercut you.
So are you looking to expand into new locations? Are you looking to do something off the brand? I mean, what are you trying to do?
Trying to move in silence.
Trying to move silent on the DL, right?
DL.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Well, man, thank you so much for being on the show, brother. You know what?
Salud.
You're a good friend, a brother. Thank you, everyone. Click.
Shisha.
Subscribe, do whatever you got to do. Thank you for being on the show.